Here's another video, folks. This is about Emma Viglin and Francesca Fiorentini. She was a guest on here, and I take this part of the video. I want to point out that this is the reason why the Kamala Harris is going to the so-called neocon centrist view. This is what they're doing. This will explain that this is one of the blue states. They're doing this tough on crime shit too. They're doing this all moving to the right, not just Kamala Harris. Just that they need the blue states, the governors are doing this too. Move up more to the right. This will explain it. And she does and she talks about homeless people, the homeless, and then Fiorentini, she doesn't agree with her she agrees it with Emma, but she kind of she didn't say much on it in terms of the homeless. Though she talked about Gavin Newsom, but really she didn't say that much. I think she kind of agreed with Emma, but she just barely, she's not excitedly agrees with her, because I think TYT, she's associated with TYT, Jenk and Anna, and they're pro anti-homeless. They're against the house. They should be off. Take them off the streets, lock up in the mental institutions. That's what they think. Most of them are like freaking mental or on drugs. That's what they think. Not really the case. And they just lock them up in institutions. And that's how you solve the problem to them, anyways. And I think she's not. She doesn't have their politics like that. She's still a leftist. Or socialist. She calls herself a socialist. We call her a leftist. And those Anna and Jink are just liberals. I don't think they're really actually leftists. I mean, no, she used to call herself a leftist, Anna, but now she's like in the middle, apparently. Unaligned. Now she's more right-wing to me. I don't think she's right. She's almost right-wing. She's a little bit right of center to me. More like a Republican. Like a moderate Republican, that's what she is. Old-time moderate Republican, but this is interesting. But this is the real reason why the Democrats, the Harris campaign's gone to the center. This is to explain what, since she's right. It's not just them, the whole Democratic Party, and these mayors in the blue state, they're more to the right. This is, I don't see what they say.
Over here when it comes to sort of California local politics, which does not help. A guy who is going to homeless encampments and cleaning them himself, like he's,
Okay, she's talking about Gavin Newsom, folks.
like a next door Anderson Cooper. Like, what if Anderson Cooper was Cameron? Like that kind of thing. And you're like, who is this for? So there's a lot of who is this for, and it really is for money, obviously. And this is one of the most unequal states. I think that's the other thing. It's like it's a very unequal state. San Francisco doesn't suffer from, all whatever it is, the unhoused zombies. No, it suffers from inequality. LA suffers from inequality and also a massive budget shortfall that progressive Kenneth Mejia, LA comptroller, has been sounding the alarm on. And so, yeah, that's all I know about California politics.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because the Democrats in these safe blue states have just bought into the tough on crime stuff. Like in the same way that nationally, the Democrats have just said, okay, we're abandoning.
Let's go over here. Let's go back. What she says?
Alarm on. And so, yeah, that's all I know about California politics.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because the Democrats in these safe blue states have just bought into the tough on crime stuff. Like in the same way that nationally, the Democrats have just said, "Oh,
See your face? She just went, oh, oh. I don't think she wants to talk about this, folks. I noticed that she doesn't want to talk about this. She's like, oh, why are they talking about this? I'm in an argument. I think she probably knows that because I think Anna put her in that predicament on purpose. I mean, yeah, Viglin, Emma, I might say Anna, Emma put her in that predicament at first. Put her in that predicament because she knows that, that okay, she's with TYT, Fiorentini, and then she just shook her head, Fiorentini, because she knows that they were in an argument with her, with Amber Viglin and Jink and okay, what's his name? What's his name? Sam Seed. Okay, Sam Seed, Emma, Jink, and Anna were on a argument with homeless people with crime. Actually, not homeless people with crime. They're talking about crime. When crime stats are down, and she shook her head because she doesn't want to go into this. She doesn't want to go into the argument, and she shook her head like that. Oh my God. But she doesn't really push back. She just went along with Emma. I think she agrees with Emma. I don't think she agrees with Jenkins and Anna. But I don't think she wants to go into the argument on crime and blah, you know what I mean?
okay, we're abandoning most of the positive messaging that we're going to give on immigration about how immigrants are good for this country, how Harris is just like prosecute.
Yeah, the standard liberal or left, even leftist view. But which one they're not doing anymore.
The transnational criminal organizations. I'm a tough bitch. All this stuff, but they're doing the same thing on crime in some of these states where it's like, can we just emphasize the fact that violent crime down, property crime down? Like we had a once in a lifetime pandemic where crime, yes, ticked up, and now we're back to the levels that we saw in 2019.
Exactly, folks. And your stats to prove it too. Don't just take your word for it. You can check it out. I've checked it out. This is and she's right. And even Anna knows that. TYT. I think she even admitted. So I think she's upset. She doesn't want to look at her face. She's like, oh, I don't want to talk about crime. Why am I talking about crime? Oh my Lord. They're going to say something about me, Anna and Jink. I don't want to put. She thinks they're going to throw them. She thinks maybe she wants to throw them under the bus. Emma wants her to throw them under the bus, maybe. But she didn't say anything about. No, she didn't say anything. She didn't say that much on it. You're going to see. So she didn't throw them under the bus. She didn't mention any names. I mean, so.
And we're on a decline. For decades, crime has been on the decline.
I don't know.
And yet, we can't have. That's such a simple case to make. And Democrats in these big blue states are refusing to do so.
I don't know, Emma. Someone stole a package off my lawn, and so now I'm a Nazi.
Right.
But I don't know what your origin story is. Yeah, it's disappointing. What's interesting about Newsom going hard against the unhoused is that he can't go hard against immigrants because that was his political lane against DeSantis, being like, oh, I'm human and I see them as like real people, and now that it's like, oh, it's all the rage to like low key go after immigrants, he's like, damn it, okay, I'll just clean up someone's life belongings from under a overpass.
And you know why that is? It's because in these big blue states with a lot of rich people in the suburbs, it plays with them. they don't want to think of themselves as racist, but they also don't really want to see a person who may be unhoused around the block from them. And with these states that are really have a lot of population, don't have good housing policy, and there's voters who are Democrat, but they're really wealthy Democrats. That's who they're playing for. And
Exactly. That's what I've been saying all along. They're going for the upper middle class, not the so-called middle or the lower middle class. They're going for the upper middle class. That's all it is. And Harris' team, that's what they're doing. And Jink was saying that that's the so-called middle, the moderate. They're going for those moderate up in the upper class. That's what they're going for. That's why it's a terrible. They're running a terrible campaign. That's the reason why they're losing. That's the reason. Yeah, it's not just about the war. I mean, the war machine. More war machine than Dick Cheney. Cenk Uygur is saying. It's garbage. He's saying he's doing what he told him to do. Go for the middle class or the upper middle class. I mean, about the working class. But those are the middle class too, with those fancy houses. And they're rich. But see, those are the middle class too. They're the upper middle class. But that's the middle class. They're going for them. Going for those votes. So. And she's like, oh yeah, no, she's agreeing with it.
It's really unfortunate.
Homeowners.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about property owners, and that is a big problem for the Democratic Party.
Yeah, and one that's changing, obviously, with younger representation, right? I think, was it Maxwell Frost in Florida Maxwell Frost, who's a renter, and was like, hey, we are renters.
So, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's the state it's whatever. But anyway, would be better with David Kim.
Anyways, he's advocating for David Kim, a candidate. She didn't say much on this. I guess she said homeowners. I think she really agreed. Yeah, it's not just homeowners. It's just rich upper class. She said homeowners. She kind of put a damper on Emma there. I think it depends what homes. Yeah, the rich homeowners. She's saying that they're the suburbs or the rich suburbs, the rich. I don't think she's talking about the middle class, the low first time buyer homeowners. I think she's talking about the rich, $100,000 or more. I think Emma's talking about that. But she's trying to, I don't know. Maybe she's not as leftist as I thought. Fiorentini, she's gonna say homeowners. I don't think she's saying homeowners. I mean, you know what Emma said. The working class, how about the working poor? But I think she likes. I'm maybe I was wrong about Emma. She's more of a leftist. She's more of a leftist than Fiorentini. Well, Fiorentini thing she talks about trans people and blah blah blah. I mean, she's more into the cultural wars. Mr. Fiorentini, kind of. She's more into the cultural wars. She's more into, like, I don't know. I like Fiorentini, but she seems like, because on her podcast, I don't know if she talks about, I'm subscribed to her, she doesn't talk about, she talks about trans, and she talks about the Gaza, mainly nowadays. And she talks about abortion, she talks about the cultural wars. I just realized that. Kind of. And she talks about, like, she's more base. Anna's more base. I mean, Emma's more base, sorry, than her. But I like both of them. She's more base though. She talks more about the cultural wars. I know that. And I don't know. She has the one. Maybe she's a homeowner herself. Let me see. She's like a home. So maybe she's a homeowners. Oh, so she revealed something about um, Francesca. Oh, I think she kind of trapped her with the homeless shit, the homeless and the crime bent, and how the Democrats are going in that avenue. Which TYT, she's from TYT, and they agree with that. So this other, but I don't think she doesn't agree with Jink and Anna. So she would have, but I don't think she's in the homeless thing. I mean, she talked about Gavin Newsom. She doesn't like, but the crime thing, she didn't mention about the crime. So maybe she agrees. I think she agrees. She doesn't agree with Emma. I mean, I don't think she agrees with Jink. Like, it's a big thing. But I don't think she agrees with Emma on that. Anyways, folks, I'm going to end this video. It's interesting. This reveals something to me that Emma Vigeland is more based than more left. Is more of a leftist than Francesca Fiorentini. Wow, that's surprising. Wow. Anyways, folks, I'm gonna end this video. It's late night here. I'm out.